If you see any weird like stuff on my teeth, don't be alarmed. I went to the dentist and they put some like paste stuff on it. I don't know, don't ask. And all I know is that sometimes it looks like I have like 500 pounds of plaque on my teeth, but I assure you, I don't. And now with that lovely disclaimer out in the open, let's talk about the video games we've been playing. Now this is my second episode of, what did I call it? Like What You Playing or something original like that. And during this series, I will just talk about the games I've been playing and my general thoughts on them. And then you, my friends, are obligated, not really, just to tell me what you've been playing and your thoughts and all that good stuff. And it's a good old orgy of warm and fuzzy feelings and exchanging of information. I don't know, you guys. So the first thing that I will talk about is 7th Dragon, the third, code VFD. I mentioned this on my last What You Playing video, and I just published my preview of it yesterday on my channel. I'm about 25 hours into it, and I can now talk about it openly, and it's so exciting. So in a nutshell, 7th Dragon 3, code VFD, is a JRPG. There's a lot of dungeon crawling and characters, and there's side quests and all that kind of stuff in it. But where it's different for me, I have like a hair that like, unless you've ever had long hair, you'll never understand what it's like to try to be carrying like a normal conversation and then feel like a hair like slide against your skin. It's like it's trying to hit on you. It's like hey, sexy, but it's actually really frustrating because half the time you can't find it, and then you're spending like time like trying to find it, and that's just what happened. That and the tag on this fucking chair. Oh my god, I can't do. This is why I'm not a professional, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, like I was saying, 7th Dragon code VFD is unlike many games that I've played before, and it features some things that I've never actually seen before in a game. And the number one thing I'll just list off is how you create the party. You create the characters from the very get-go, and these characters don't speak, they don't have dialogue. I just repeated myself. They don't have personalities, they don't have like motives. If they are, you don't know what they are because they don't talk, and they're just there from the very beginning, and along the way you meet NPCs and whatnot that kind of help that actually make the story move along, because you're not going to get it from your mute party. So you know, that's really cool. And there's like 8 different classes. You can change out what kind of appearance they have. And so it's really interesting to have a party of several characters that don't speak at all and that don't carry along the story. You know, typically like in some games, like your character, the number 1 character, the main character could be mute, but your other party members have personalities. But in this one, there's none. Anyway, so because of that, it's something different. It took me some getting used to, because I crave that interaction, and I crave that story progression through the characters that you spend hours and hours and hours with. But now that I've kind of gotten, like, I'm 25 hours in, so now I know the NPCs, and I know the personalities, and now shit's starting to hit the fan, so I'm getting my fix through that. That was a long-winded answer, huh? Besides 7th Dragon, I've also been playing TMNT, Mutants in Manhattan, and I just finished that last night, and I have not posted my review on it, so I'll just give you a few thoughts of the game right now. How can I do this diplomatically? Nah, I'm just kidding. So if you've read any of the reviews of TMNT Mutants in Manhattan online, the game's been out for, a few weeks now, you're likely gonna find that it's not doing too well. I think mostly like 4s and shit out of 10 is what I saw, and I saw tweets saying, oh, this game is so bad, you shouldn't play it, and no. And I'll go more in depth about this when I actually record my review, but what I will say is it's not that bad. By no means is it an excellent game, and by no means do I think the $60 price tag is warranted. I think maybe $40 would have been more appropriate. I played it in co-op, and I found that I could handle a few missions at a time a day. So the very first time I sat down with Mutants in Manhattan, I played the first level, and I played it co-op. I was like, hey, I'm like, actually, you know, this isn't that bad. I mean, you know, granted, I knew it was the first level, so I know, I think there's like, what, 10 total. I should know this, like 8 to 10 maybe total. I'm not entirely sure. But even after I did the first one, I was like, hey, like I said, this isn't bad, whatever. Well, by the time I got to like the 3rd level, then I kind of started getting it. You know, the formula. You know, you can tell they kind of tried to do old school stuff, and you know, you start out and you have like the little progression bar across the top, and it shows you like how many little missions away you are from encountering the boss. But those little mission encounters you have, those little side missions you have before you encounter the boss, are all kind of the same. Like, and I haven't like actually studied my notes, so I'm just going off of like my brain dump right now. It's like, hey, it's like return these money bags to the designated spot, or it's like destroy the bad guy, or infiltrate hideouts, or destroy this group of bad guys. You know, and the formula is just way too repetitive, which is why I think if you want to play the game, A, play co-op, and B, if you find yourself getting bored of it, take it in bursts. That's what I did, and I found it much more enjoyable. Granted, by the very end, I was like it was kind of like pulling teeth, but there is some good in the game. You know, you can upgrade your abilities, and the boss fights, I will say, are very fun. I found them to be entertaining. They're pretty intense, and you have to be very tactical. Say that you don't have to be tactical. The truth of the matter is, if you're close to death and that boss is just on your ass, you just stay back and you throw your shurikens at it, your little flinging things, and you can kind of hack the game in that sense. Anyway, I'll stop. I'm getting a little too ranty, but that's TMNT. The other game I finished recently, and I'm really excited to talk about it. I haven't posted my review yet, but I think it's pretty obvious what I thought about it, is Doom. Just, Doom is so fucking, it's really good, and all of the praise it's been getting, I think, is well deserved. Okay, here's the thing with me and Doom, is the first half or so, I would say, it wasn't slow for me, but this game is anything but slow. You're talking non-stop action. But the thing for me was that I didn't really know what I was doing or why. I didn't really know what role these characters play for the first part of the game, because if you've played Doom, you probably know that the emphasis on Doom is not the story and or character development. No, that's not what it's really about. It's more about blowing shit up and knocking its face off and ripping shit in half and sawing it down the middle. And it's just so good. Anyway, but once I started to kind of get where the story was going and kind of get to know some of there's only a few characters, but once I kind of got to know them and their personalities and how they fit into the story, it became infinitely more enjoyable for me. Not that the first half wasn't, but it was hard for me to keep going, because at that point it was just mostly I'm just going around level to level and killing things, but I don't really know why. I kind of know why, but not really. I mean, this is entertaining, but if I don't have a story, I lose interest. But Speaking of Doom, I have not picked up the very first Doom since I've made my last video about Whatcha playing. Anyway, I haven't picked it up since, because I've been so busy. I was in Puerto Rico for 9 or 10 days and I haven't picked it up since. How many times do I have to say I haven't picked it up since? Drinking game. Rewind this about 30 seconds. Every time I say picked it up since, take a shot. Picked it up since. Let's see. Is there anything else I've been playing? Doom, I got TMNT, I got 7th Dragon. I think those are it. The next thing I'm going to be playing is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt's latest and final DLC, which is called Blood and Wine. I have that sitting on my PS4 right now. I just have to record my Doom and TMNT reviews, and then I can hop into that and hopefully get that wrapped up before E3. Oh god. Real quick, I'm just really sad that this has been a really tough year. Not only is it the end of Nathan Drake's adventures, it's now going to be the end of Geralt's adventures. That's a really tough pill to swallow. Like, leaving behind Shepard and company was hard enough with Mass Effect series, and now Nate and Geralt, like some of my favorite IPs and just characters and just group of characters, everyone who's involved in those series, it's hard, man. It's a really kind of sad. It's bittersweet. I'm sad that, you know, these characters, I probably won't see them again. That's such a sad thought. But it's sort of exciting in a very awful since. No, that's not true. It's also exciting because you want to see what the Naughty Dog and CD Projekt Red, what they can do, especially with The Last of Us 2. Hopefully that's a thing. I think it actually has been confirmed it's a thing. I think it has been. I don't know. Anyway, point being, bittersweet, very bittersweet. Okay, I've rambled enough during this video. You know the drill, friends. Let me know what you've been playing and all that good shit, and I will talk to you in the comments.